Every single day, time is leaving you. Not slowly, not gently. It is leaving fast, quietly, without warning. And most people do not notice until it is already gone. This is the story of a man who almost let his whole life pass him by, and the one small moment that changed everything. His name was Daniel. He was 34 years old. He lived in a small apartment in the city. Every morning he woke up at 7. He made coffee, he sat on his couch, and he watched videos on his phone for 2 hours. Then he went to work. He did the same job every day. He came home tired, he ordered food, he watched more videos, then he slept, and the next day he did it all again. Daniel told himself he was fine. He told himself he was just resting. He told himself that one day things would change. But deep inside, he felt something, a quiet feeling, like something important was slipping away. He just did not know what it was yet. One evening, Daniel got a phone call. It was his old friend, Marcus. They had not spoken in almost 3 years. Marcus sounded different. His voice was calm and full. "Daniel," he said, "I wanted to tell you something. I moved to Portugal last year. I started a small bakery there. It is not perfect, but it is mine, and I love it." Daniel was quiet for a moment. He did not know what to say. He felt something strange in his chest. It was not jealousy exactly. It was something deeper. It was the feeling of a life not yet lived. After the call, Daniel put down his phone. He looked around his apartment. The same walls, the same couch, the same silence. He asked himself a question he had never asked before. What am I actually doing with my time? He thought about the last month. He tried to remember something meaningful, something he had created, something he had learned, someone he had helped. He could not think of anything. That night, Daniel could not sleep. He lay in the dark and stared at the ceiling. He thought about his childhood dream. He had always wanted to write. Stories, short ones, long ones, any kind. When he was 12, he used to fill notebooks with words. His mother used to read them and smile. She would say, "Daniel, you have a gift." But somewhere along the way, he stopped. Life got busy, he told himself. But the truth was simpler than that. He was afraid. Afraid that he was not good enough. Afraid that people would laugh. Afraid of trying and failing. So he never tried at all. And the years passed, one by one, quietly. The next morning, something was different. Daniel woke up and did not reach for his phone. He sat at his small kitchen table. He found an old notebook in a drawer. The pages were yellow and a little dusty. He opened it and picked up a pen. He sat there for a long time. His hand did not move at first. The blank page felt very large. But then he wrote one sentence, just one. "I wasted 10 years being afraid." He stared at that sentence, and then he kept writing. He wrote for 1 hour without stopping. It was not perfect writing, not even close. Some sentences were weak, some ideas were unclear, but he felt something he had not felt in years. He felt alive. From that day, Daniel made a small promise to himself. Not a big, dramatic promise, just a small, quiet one. Every morning before work, he would write for 30 minutes. That was all. No pressure, no big goals, just 30 minutes and a pen. The first week was hard. Some days he wrote only 3 sentences. Some days he stared at the page and felt nothing. But he kept showing up because he had learned something important. Showing up is the hardest part, and it is also the most important part. Weeks passed, then months. Daniel started finishing short stories, small ones, simple ones. He shared one online, just to see. He did not expect anything, but a few people read it, and one person left a comment. It said, "This made me cry. Thank you." Daniel read that comment many times. He saved it. Not because he was famous, he was not. Not because he had thousands of readers, he did not. But because one real person felt something real because of his words. That meant everything. A year later, Daniel's life was not completely different. He still had the same job, he still lived in the same apartment, but something inside him had changed deeply. He no longer spent his evenings watching empty videos. He wrote, he read, he called old friends. He signed up for a short creative writing class. He started cooking simple meals instead of always ordering food. He began walking in the park in the evenings. Small things, simple things, but they added up. They built something. Day by day, choice by choice. He looked in the mirror one morning and thought something quiet. I am building a life I actually want. Not a perfect life, not a loud or impressive one, but a real one. One evening, Daniel called Marcus back. They talked for a long time. Daniel told him about the writing. Marcus laughed warmly. I knew it, he said. I always knew you would go back to it. Daniel smiled. I almost didn't, he said honestly. I almost kept waiting for the right moment. But the right moment never comes on its own. You have to make it come. Marcus was quiet for a second. Then he said, that is the truest thing I have heard in a long time. And Daniel knew he was right, because that was the lesson he had learned, not from a book, not from a video, but from his own life, from 10 lost years and one new beginning.
So let me ask you something, and I want you to think carefully before you answer. If today were your last ordinary day, would you be proud of how you spent it? Not your last dramatic day, not your last special day, just today, this regular, quiet, easy-to-waste day. Because here's the truth that most people are not ready to hear. Your life is not waiting for you somewhere in the future. It is happening right now, in this moment, in this choice, in this hour. Daniel lost 10 years before he understood that. You do not have to. Pick up whatever it is you have been putting down. Start with one sentence, one step, one morning. Because the smallest beginning is still a beginning, and a life worth living always starts with the decision to stop waiting.